Welcome back. I thought I would do something just a little bit different this time and go through all these finds that I have recently acquired at estate sales. There's been maybe in the last month or so I've picked up a few things, and I thought it would be fun to just kind of look at them together. And first, we'll start with this old VHS tape of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's actually still factory sealed. It still has the plastic wrap all over it, which I thought was pretty incredible. It's in very good shape too. I thought maybe I would see if it was worth a lot of money and resell it, but I kind of want to hold on to it because I feel like that's kind of rare to find. I think I only spent like $1 on that. I think all of this is somewhere around $10. Maybe just a little under, because I think I got a couple CDs for 50 cents a piece, but just about $10. I picked up this record, which is Unforgettable Songs by Nat King Cole. I do love putting on old records, especially for this type of kind of crooner music. There's something really special about that for me. This one, I did notice the record itself is not in the best shape. I'm gonna give it a good cleaning and see how that turns out, but for the price I thought it was worth grabbing and giving it a shot, because if it does clean up well and play good, I thought that would be very nice to have. This record I found really interesting. I didn't know what it was at first when I saw it. This is Cheap Thrills by Big Brother and the Holding Company. And as I looked into it, I realized that this is actually Janis Joplin's old band. And this record is an original from 1967. Just this comic art with the different tracks. You can see here it says Janis Joplin vocal. This has Piece of My Heart on it, which I think if you are into some classic rock music, you probably have heard that. There's a little bit of what looks like paint that is kind of on the cover, but overall I thought it looked like it was in pretty good shape for something from the 60s. You can see very psychedelic looking live performance there. This unfortunately does not have a sleeve, so there are some scratches, but it doesn't look too terrible to me. Another record that I'm going to give a good cleaning to, but it's in fairly good shape by all accounts. We'll just wait and see once I get that cleaned a number of CDs that I grabbed. This one here is An American Prayer by Jim Morrison with music by The Doors. That iconic photo of Jim Morrison here. I actually already gave this a listen. I was familiar with The Doors, but I didn't. I hadn't heard this album. But this is essentially just spoken word poetry with the Doors band just playing accompanying music. But you can see in here there are just a little bit of some old photos and drawings and art by Jim Morrison. Was such a unique individual. And if you aren't too familiar with them, there are some stories out there concerning him that ultimately lead to his destructive nature. But in that is usually where you do find a lot of artistic genius. And I also picked up this Sarah McLachlan album, Mirrorball, which is a live recording from, this is 1999, but it has a number of her hits since it's a live show over the years, like Building a Mystery and I Will Remember You. We all know from these sad pet videos. But also Possession and Sweet Surrender, Ice Cream, Fumbling Towards Ecstasy, Angel. All really good songs. I do love Sarah McLachlan's voice. But I was excited because this is actually still factory sealed as well. There's a little tear in the plastic here, but it's sealed. Probably won't stay like that long because I am looking forward to listening to that one. And what do we have here? The original soundtrack to Jurassic Park. Music by John Williams, who is just legendary. But I saw this and I thought that would be fun to grab. You can see the tracks here. And inside the iconic dinosaur fossil silhouette. Let's see what's in here. We got some art or photos from the movie stills. So that's just fun. If I ever feel like putting on a soundtrack, I can add this to my soundtrack collection, which I do have quite a few. I enjoy a lot of instrumental orchestral music. This one here is a little known band named King's X. I think there's a group of people who know King's X, but they didn't have any real mainstream representation. But this is Faith, Hope, Love by King's X. This was 1990 and is on Megaforce Records. They are definitely in the alternative rock category, but they border on many genres, I would say. There's a very unique sound to King's X. I don't know that I could do it justice by giving it descriptive words, but it has unique timings, and it's just really hard to explain. I wasn't a huge fan, but I was familiar enough with them to know that I would enjoy a few tracks on here, so I just thought I would grab that. And for the price, I couldn't pass it up to add it to my collection. You can see here's a couple other albums of theirs that they released. And next up, we have another still sealed CD, but this is Johnny Cash at Madison Square Garden. I love Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash always reminds me of my grandfather. He loved that old country music. And there's just something about the vibe and his deep voice that just reminds me of my grandfather when I was a kid. I know that he would be super excited if he were still here to know how much I love Johnny. But this was a live recording that I didn't already own, so I thought I would grab that as well. There are tons of hits on here. I Still Miss Someone. Let's see, Folsom Prison Blues, A Boy Named Sue, The Ballad of Ira Hayes, just tons. There's also a medley at the end that is a number of his hits over the years. And that one I'm excited as well to open up one day soon. I think these last few are going to be towards the countryside of things. Here is the best of Willie Nelson, and it says disc 1. I did not see a disc 2 at this place. I don't know if that was sometimes when these are put out by these companies, they have intentions of a disc 2, and they just say that in advance. On the Road Again, all-time classic, one of my favorites, and it just reminds me of the Country Bears, going to Disney as a kid. But there's the disc there, and this is just a single paper, so there's nothing else in this CD. But I was happy to grab some more Willie Nelson. I have a few Willie Nelson albums, but to get a collection, I thought was a nice grab. And here we have Linda Ronstadt, Feels Like Home. It's another classic country singer, but this album was actually released in the 90s. It has a number of covers on it. I was surprised to see, like, the first song is The Waiting, which is, of course, Tom Petty, as well as After the Gold Rush, which is a Neil Young cover. Linda Ronstadt always had a voice that I loved. There's something just really sweet and crisp about her voice and how she sings, and I always appreciate it. You can see here it says 1995, so this was in the mid-90s. It's not really the heyday of her career, but like I said, I still just love her voice. See there, the Waiting and Tom Petty from 1981. And Neil Young is right here, After the Gold Rush from 1970. This is Feels Like Home, which is a Randy Newman song. Just kind of interesting to see that, like, I was just unaware of this album in general, and it's just kind of nice to see that even later on in people's careers, they're still able to just keep doing what they love and making music. And the last one that I have here is the Super Hits Dolly Parton. This case wasn't in the best shape. There's some sticker residue still on it, some scratches, but just a chance to grab some classic Dolly Parton on CD I thought would be nice. Things like Jolene and Coat of Many Colors and Silver and Gold. Why'd You Come In Here Looking Like That? Still such a great song. This fun picture of Dolly back then with the big hair. She still has the big hair, but I don't know anybody who doesn't love Dolly these days. I'm pretty sure if you don't, you can't be trusted. She's just America's sweetheart at this point. And I think we like it that way. There's not much in here either. These hits compilations that the labels kind of put together were always kind of money grabs or ways to just put parts of their catalog onto CDs that had been, previously on vinyl or cassettes. So this was 1999 and then reissued in 2007. But that is this group of items that I got. Like I said, I was, for the last month or so, just checking out a few estate sales here or there, picking up a few things. And I thought I would share with everybody here. I do hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you in the next dive.